Hey everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update video, another countdown video as we progress to the eventual start of the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. And so I hope that you're all having a really wonderful day thus far. And so we're now 67 days away from the official start of the season. And so we're going to be talking about what is currently happening and of course what is anticipated. And we're also going to be revisiting the 2017 season. So if you're not aware, it's the same list with a few replacements that will be used again this year. And so before I go into details, please do subscribe if you haven't done so already and tap the notification bell so that you never miss an important update. Okay, so let's go ahead and kickstart things with what is currently happening. And we can see that across the Caribbean, there isn't much activity, just some patches of clouds here and there coming from the east, moving toward the west and west-northwest for some areas. So those might bring along with them maybe some brief showers here and there, but we're not seeing anything colorful to indicate a lot of convective activity within the vicinity of the Caribbean at the moment. So in terms of the anticipated rainfall across the region, so we're going to be looking at what the GFS and Euro models have to show, and this is between now and near the end of Wednesday. And so we can see here that for some areas across the northern Caribbean and also the western Caribbean, including parts of Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Cuba, the Yucatan, Belize, and even into parts of other Central American territories such as Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, there is very little rainfall activity expected for some areas, little to no rainfall. And for the rest of the region, we're seeing mainly these paler blues, which indicate that there isn't going to be any major rainfall. And again, this is between now and Wednesday, the total accumulated precipitation in inches. So we see that the highest total in the region is in the southwestern part of the basin, where we see some of those lilac shades along the Caribbean coast of southeastern Nicaragua, as well as off the coast of Costa Rica and Panama. So within that area is where the most rainfall activity is likely as we progress into the middle of the week. But is the Euro in agreement with this? So the Euro model is actually showing overall less rainfall for the Caribbean compared to the GFS. So it is showing that the most rainfall would be in the same area, the vicinity of the southwestern Caribbean. However, overall, a decreased total is seen here for the Euro. So again, nothing major expected, and there is a chance that we could see some above average rainfall for some areas, especially as we progress into April, the new month. So of course, guys, I'm going to be keeping you updated on that as time goes by, especially as we head into the latter part of this week. All right, and so this week, the 27th to the 31st of March, that will be the 45th REIV Hurricane Committee meeting, and if there are going to be any retired names from last hurricane season, the World Meteorological Organization is going to be announcing that. But I think that the only name that will be retired from last year is Ian, and of course it would be a replacement of the same letter and genders, but I think that Ian will be the only name retired from last hurricane season because of the absolute devastation that it caused in parts of the Caribbean as well as the US, mainly Florida. So I think that Ian is definitely going to be off the list. And so as I speak about that, Ian proved that it only takes one. And we've seen that many times for many hurricane seasons. It only takes one major storm to be the talk of the season and do the damage, because I mean last year produced less activity than anticipated. However, it is still the third costliest season on record because of the damage that Ian did. So Ian contributed most to the damages caused, and this hurricane season is the same list from 2017 will be used with some replacements, of course, because four names were retired, including Harvey, Irma, Maria, and Nate. So those names were replaced with Harold, Idalia, Margot, and Nigel. So those are the new names on the list for this hurricane season. And of course, the lists repeat every 6 years unless a storm name was retired and replaced. So these are the names for this hurricane season. Now, let me know in the comments if your name is on the list. And so the 2017 season is currently ranked as the costliest tropical cyclone season on record, with over $290 billion in damages. And so initial predictions for this season called for a below average or an average season because of the anticipated development of an El Nino. However, that didn't happen, and the season produced some of the most destructive hurricanes ever. Again, Harvey, Irma, Maria, and also Nate did quite a number on various areas. And so for this year, anything can happen and anything can change, but just because of how the cycle works of the ENSO, that helps to determine whether a hurricane season is more than likely going to be active or the activity is going to be suppressed. Because of the cycling of that is why I really think that we're going to see a better chance of an El Nino developing this year, or even remaining in ENSO neutral conditions for a majority of the hurricane season. So I think that that's the most likely outcome. However, there can be many changes, and so there is no guaranteed outcome for this hurricane season at this point in time. But of course, I'm going to be keeping you guys updated on all that is happening. So of course, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments, and you can also share your thoughts there. So that is pretty much it for now, and remember to always be weatherwise.